I today want to challenge the Honorable Finance Minister. So also the Transport Minister. Come to my constituency, which is about 20,000 square kilometers. I will show him the sort of roads that his ministry is making. PMGSY ye kiya hai, PMJVK ye kiya hai. You're going to say many things that you have done, and I will refute each one. I know I will not get a chance to rebut the Honorable Finance Minister, but I am preempting her reply. And I will say very clearly today that every single thing that she says today is only on paper. Is it behind bars? The least I expected was for an inquiry to be initiated, because the whole world knows he is on tape speaking that he initiated this entire crime. I today want to challenge the Honorable Finance Minister. So also the Transport Minister. I would like him to come and see. Forget about Mumbai-Delhi highway, where you can spend 50,000 crores. I have no problem. It is my nation. We have to grow. Come to my constituency, which is about 20,000 square kilometers. I will show him the sort of roads that his ministry is making. And you will say that these are the roads that you're providing, citizens of this nation? Are you actually serious that budgets are being provided? This time when I had spoken to NHADCL officials in the Disha committee meeting, what did they say? They said that work orders are issued before land is acquired. But before land acquisition process is completed, you start issuing work orders. Are we a society that is built for contractual basis, or is it for a delivery, a chain of delivery for the common man? Today there is no delivery, there is nothing. Look, talk of your JJM scheme. I'm sure the Honorable Finance Minister will come back later and say, JJM ye kiya hai, PMGSY ye kiya hai, PMJVK ye kiya hai. You're going to say many things that you have done, and I will refute each one. I know I will not get a chance to rebut the Honorable Finance Minister, but I am preempting her reply. And I will say very clearly today that every single thing that she says today is only on paper, and I challenge this House, the sanctity of this House, without damaging its integrity. I speak very clearly out of a clean conscience that building this nation includes the building of Manipur. If you do not want to build my state, then you have no right to govern it. What has happened to my state today? Who is responsible for this? I know you have imposed President's rule today. What has happened to the man who was running the show for nearly 2 years? Is he behind bars? The least I expected was for an inquiry to be initiated, because the whole world knows he is on tape speaking that he initiated this entire crime. Is it not shameful that the head of an executive of a state can execute such a gruesome crime and yet remain unscathed? I did not expect this, Mr. Chair, sir. I have had more faith and hope in my Prime Minister and my Home Minister. Today, it is diminishing by the day. There is still time, and my conscience is clear. Believing in a law that is enshrined in our Constitution, believing in a nation that goes by the rules of law, not by appeasement, you don't have a right to bring in legislation whenever you choose if it is not for the people. Today, this budget that I speak of is anti-people in Manipur. Why? Because you talk of the 60,000 that have been displaced today. All of their homes ravaged, burnt, broken, damaged, they're all displaced. There is no reflection in the budget for those displaced. The damage I hear, which was done by separate entities, has crossed 20,000 crore. I do not see anything of that sort. The entire budget is not even worth that. Mr. Chairman, sir, maybe my state is a small state, but we are not a small people. We are also equal in every way to this nation. I would implore upon the conscience of this House again, my rising to speak again and again, if it is not making sense to this august House. Give me the privilege and opinion and the opportunity to relinquish my seat and not come back here again. Coming here and speaking again and again and not being heard and not being executed at ground level. Do you know how painful that is to go back home to an empty home, to people in the streets who don't have any place to go to? And today you bring in a budget that does not address a single part of those affected today.
Shame.
Shame, shame.
Shame, shame.
I wonder, my blame was solely on one person in the state. I had concentrated everything there. I had hoped for more from the leadership of my nation. I still hope on more from the leadership of my nation.